You know, we're all taught that a bigger paycheck is the key to a richer life. But what if that's not really the whole story? Today, we're going to dig into a fascinating financial puzzle called the high earner paradox. It kind of turns everything we think we know about money on its head, showing why earning more doesn't automatically make you wealthier. Let's get into it. So let's just start with this one kind of crazy question. How is it even possible for a government employee, with a steady but pretty modest salary, to end up retiring with more money than a top corporate executive who's pulling in a massive paycheck? I mean, it seems like it makes no sense at all, right? But believe me, the numbers tell a very, very different story. Okay, to really get to the bottom of this, we're going to follow the financial lives of two different people, a government officer and a high-flying corporate executive. Let's see how they stack up right from day one. Wow, okay, just look at that income gap right there. The government officer is starting with a respectable 10 lakhs, but the corporate exec, they're making 3 times that. On paper, this isn't even a fair fight. You'd think the executive is going to be light years ahead financially, no question about it. Or is there? But here's the twist, and honestly, it's a big one. That huge salary, it's just one number. It's just the first piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. It tells us what's coming in, but it tells us absolutely nothing about the part that truly matters, where all that money is actually going. And this, right here, is where the whole paradox really starts to make sense. To understand what's happening, we have to look at the other side of the balance sheet, the expenses. We've got to talk about the lifestyle equation. See, a high-paying corporate job doesn't just come with a big salary. It comes with some serious expectations. It's a whole culture. We're talking about huge rent for a fancy apartment, crazy expensive school fees, a couple of luxury cars on finance, and just this constant, intense pressure to spend and look the part. That massive salary, it starts getting eaten up, and fast. And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the single most important number in this entire story, the savings rate. It has nothing to do with your salary. It's the percentage of your income that you actually manage to hang on to save and invest. This, right here, is the true engine of building wealth over the long haul. And boom, here it is. This is the big aha moment. The government officer, with a stable job and way less pressure to spend, manages to invest a massive 35% of their income. Meanwhile, the executive, earning 3 times more, can only scrape together about 7.5%, because their lifestyle just swallows up the rest. The real gap was never their income, it was in what they were able to keep. So what happens when you let these two wildly different savings rates play out over an entire career? Well, the magic of compounding takes over. Let's fast forward a few decades and look at the final scorecard. And here is the final, absolutely shocking result. The government officer, by just consistently saving and investing a big chunk of their smaller salary, retires with a net worth of 3 crore rupees. The corporate executive? Despite earning so much more over their lifetime, they're left with just 80 lakhs, and they're still carrying debt. It's a complete and total reversal of what anyone would expect. So if there is one single lesson to take away from all this, it's got to be this one. Wealth isn't about the size of your paycheck. Not at all. It's a measure of your discipline, your habits, and your ability to live below your means. It's not about what you earn, it's about what you keep. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. When you really look at your own financial life, are your daily habits and your spending building real, lasting wealth for your future? Or are they just creating the appearance of wealth for today? The answer to that question, well, that can make all the difference in the world.